Colby, and welcome to this week's edition of Grant's 10-Minute Meals. Joining me today is my guest host, Miss Katie White. Katie is the DSD lady for our Princeton Mercer Street location. Katie, thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
Today we're going to be making, you're going to get a twofer. We're going to be making monkey bread, which is perfect for Thanksgiving morning or Christmas morning. And if you're invited to a party or throwing a party yourself, we're going to be making ham and cheese sliders. That's a perfect dish to take to any party. Now, the monkey bread, the ingredients that you'll need for that are white sugar, cinnamon, 2 cans of 16-ounce biscuits, and butter. For the ham sliders, you're going to need 2 12-count king Hawaiian bread. If you're only taking, going to a small party, you may only need 1. You're going to need deli sliced ham, and you're going to need deli sliced cheese. Now, we have a deli at our Crossroads location. They will slice your ham and cheese there, and it's always fresh. I mean, always. This ham is delicious. If I'm not mistaken, we're using a honey ham. You're going to need butter, Worcestershire sauce, and we're going to get started. Miss Katie, first, the ham and cheese sliders. Tell me about it.
All right, we're going to split the ham and cheese, not the ham and cheese, the butter rolls. We're going to split those in half, and then once we have the bottom portion on the pan, we're going to go ahead and start layering the ham and the cheese on top.
Okay, while she's layering the ham and cheese, I just want to remind everybody that this is the season of giving. And every year, Grant Supermarket, we participate in the 20 days of giving. Now, in our area, there are so many people in need. There's so many, veterans who are hungry, so many families who just really don't have. And like I said, it's the season of giving. So when you visit one of our 16 locations, please purchase one of the $5 bags of groceries as part of our 20 days of giving to help feed a needy family for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Last year, what we didn't use for Thanksgiving, they fed people for Christmas. So this is the gift that keeps on giving. For $5, you can make sure that a family will not go hungry. And I repeat, will not go hungry this holiday season. Again, at our 16 locations, you can purchase that $5 bag of groceries, and all of the food stays right here in our area. So it's not like we're shipping food, elsewhere. The Union Mission, the different food pantries in our area, they're the ones who benefit, and they're the ones who's our conduit into helping us feed the people in our area. Did you purchase your bag?
I haven't as of yet, but I plan to.
Well, I purchased my bag. I always like challenging, all of our employees to purchase a bag. And if the customers knows that we're giving, they're more apt to give too. I'm going to hold you to purchasing that $5 bag of groceries.
Okay.
Oh, this ham and cheese looks so good.
Thank you.
Now, how long does it take this to cook?
Usually I set it on 400. Once I set it on 400, it takes about 10 minutes.
Wow. And I noticed that you're intermixing the ham and the cheese.
Mm-hmm. I'm putting a layer of ham and then a layer of cheese on top and adding an extra layer of ham.
Ooh. This looks really good. I bet you it's really melty and gooey by the time you finish.
It is, because once we get the butter and everything on top, it's going to be worth it.
Because who doesn't love gooey?
Correct.
Nobody. I know I love some gooey. And also, we're going to be, like I said, making the monkey bread too. Oh, we made some monkey bread prior to this, and I'll show you here in a little bit. But it's smelling so good, and I'm so hungry, and I can't even eat bread. But I'm going to try the monkey bread today.
It smells good.
It really does. Now, we did get this ham and we did get this cheese from our deli at our Crossroads location. And coming up for you, let me tell you while she's finishing this up. Let me tell you what we have coming up for you. If you're planning on going to a holiday party or throwing a holiday party yourself, we're going to show you, our next version of 10-Minute Meals, we're going to show you how you can make this easy and effortless right here at Grant Supermarket. We're going to show you what we have to offer at our deli, like our meat trays, our vegetable trays. We're going to be talking about, what we have when it comes to fruit baskets. All affordable right here at Grant Supermarket. And like I said, that's on the next edition of our Grant's 10-minute meal. So make sure you tune into that. And I see that you're putting the tops on right now.
I am. I'm getting ready to pour the butter on top.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you melted butter and you melted a little. You put a little Worcestershire sauce in there.
Correct. I did 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire. I don't know if that's the correct way to say it.
I don't know.
But that's how I'm going to say it today.
So we're going to put those on, and then usually about a cupful of butter is kind of what I do, and then 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Once I do that, I pour it on top of my sliders.
Okay. You want to sprinkle that on? Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yep.
I see you.
All right.
All
So
right.
once we do that, and then I'm
I'll
going to
take
take my
this.
butter, and I'm going to pour it on each one of them. Now, a lot of recipes call for poppy seeds, and it calls for Dijon mustard on top of these. I personally don't like it, but if you wanted to try that, that is game.
Now, I noticed we use the American cheese. You don't have to use the American cheese. Is that correct?
No, you can use whatever kind of cheese you want, but I like Swiss cheese personally. But we got American cheese today, so that works just as good.
All right. Well, let's put this in.
All right.
And we're baking it at 400 and roughly for about 10 minutes.
For about 10 minutes.
Okay. Now, we're going to start on our monkey bread. Oops. Let me get your stuff and your biscuits down here. And your butter. And your sugar. And then I'm going to let you do your thing.
All right. So what I'm going to start out with on this one is I'm going to spray it down with Pam spray to keep everything from sticking. And then with our biscuits, what I normally do is we cut them in fourths. And I need my knife.
Okay. And I'll help you with
Okay.
this.
And then I need to pour my sugar in. Usually about 3 cups of sugar is what I normally put in.
Okay.
With some cinnamon.
I'm going to help you here while you're.
All right.
You want to prepare that over there, and I'll
That'll
do
work.
this over here. So you're cutting them into fourths, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
We're going to mix the cinnamon and sugar together. All right. And once we get them cut in fourths, I start putting them in their bowl and I'll mix them up.
And we used Grand biscuits, is that correct?
We use Pillsbury Grands, yep.
But I would imagine you could use any kind of biscuits.
Yeah,
if
you
want,
can.
correct?
I just prefer Grands.
I like Grands too.
All right, so what I do is once I start getting the sugar and cinnamon on it, I'm going to layer it in a bundt pan.
And you sprayed your bundt pan with
I
Pam
sprayed it with Pam. Yep.
so that it doesn't stick.
Yep.
That cinnamon smells so good.
The cinnamon does. It makes me hungry.
Let me break these up for you, make it a little easier on you.
I like a lot of cinnamon sugar on mine.
Well, I'm not supposed to have the sugar, but I'm going to cheat a little bit today because it smells so good. Katie, what are some of your holiday traditions you do with your family?
We do a lot of homemade stuffing. We've done that. That's kind of a tradition passed around from my grandmother. And this monkey bread is actually a recipe from my grandmother. I have her original bundt pan that she had. So I've used it to make my monkey bread. But yeah, she's the one that taught me how to do this.
Well, I've always wanted to know how to make monkey bread. In fact, I think one time I looked it up on the internet, but to tell you the truth, I was scared to make it because, I mean, I've always seen it just look so good, and I'm like, I can't make that. But I didn't realize, that it's as easy as,
It's very easy. But yeah, it was kind of like her little top secret recipe. She kind of held it to herself, and then she gave it to me. So
Oh, I hear you. I'll throw a few minutes to help you out.
thank you. My grandmother was one of the best cooks. I miss her.
Oh. Did she pass?
She did. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you really have to hold on to traditions and stuff like that this time of year. My family tradition every Christmas was my mom would get up and she would make scrambled eggs with ham chunks in the scrambled eggs.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was so good. And, you know,
Yes.
and it was, I'm not kidding, it was every Christmas too. And we also had a tradition on Sunday too. My mom would always make fried chicken before we went to church. And she'd make fried chicken and she'd make gravy. And I always used to say, Mama, why are you making such a hefty meal, you know, before we go to church? And I soon realized why. Because we would be in church all day long. I mean, we lived at the foot of the cross. We go to church, come out, and Monday Night Football be on.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. This looks so good.
Well, thank you.
And that sugar, it kind of melts and caramelizes, which is what gives your monkey bread that gooey.
Exactly. It kind of holds it together a little bit too, so it's. All right, so we got it in the bundt pan. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the remainder of the white sugar and the cinnamon. I'm going to pour it in butter. So once I do that, we're going to mix it up. So that's going to kind of make it a little caramelized.
Oh my God, that smells good by itself.
It does. It's so good. All right, so once I do that, we're going to pour it on top. All right, listen to it soak it in.
Shake it out so it gets to the bottom.
All right.
Oh, it smells so good.
All right, so it is ready to go in the oven.
Okay, we're going to set it on top for now.
Okay.
But you put it in the oven, and for how long?
Usually 20 minutes is the norm for it.
Okay.
350 at 20 minutes.
And when you pull it out, show us what it looks like.
All right. This is the finished product.
Ooh, doesn't that look delicious? And I love how it caramelizes along the top. All that butter goes to the bottom.
Correct.
Oh, the folks are going to love this today. And if you don't have a bundt pan, can you do this in any other sort of pan?
I've never honestly did it any other way. That's just the way I was taught. So,
Really?
I mean, I'm sure you can, but
I bet you could almost do it in a cake pan.
you probably could. I just used to do it in a bundt pan because that's the way I was taught to do it.
All right, let's check on our sliders
All
here.
right.
They're still melting. They've got a
still
couple more
melting.
minutes.
Yep.
While our sliders are melting, we are going to once again remind you of our 20 Days of Giving. Our 20 Days of Giving has started, and at each of our 16 locations, you can go in, you can purchase a $5 bag of groceries to help feed those in need for this holiday season. Like I said, all of the food stays here in our area, and the cashiers will ask you if you would like to purchase the $5 bags of groceries. And again, please help out, because last year we helped feed so many people, and we would appreciate it if you'd help us again. Now we're going to go ahead and take this out and show you kind of what this looks like. We're not going to plate it, but we're going to show you basically what they look like. You want to grab that one?
Now you can take more butter and pour over the top if you wanted to. You know, to give us more butter. But
Okay. Well, Katie, I'd like to thank you for joining us.
thank you.
And if you want to know what's going on in our kitchen, join us every first and third Wednesday of the month. But if you really want to know what's cooking, come to one of our 16 locations near you. Grant Supermarket, the best friend your budget ever had.